Frank, could you explain your sign?
Well, this sign is about Dan Esty, who is the head of the DEEP, that's the Department of Environment and Energy for the state of Connecticut. It used to be called the DEP. And what the sign is about is that there was just recently a big exposure of Dan Esty because he was in a conference call with a bunch of investors of one of the big Swiss banking groups talking about energy in Connecticut. And basically what it looks like is that he was so enthusiastic about the plans of the state to provide. He was talking with people about the big energy, the value of the energy market in Connecticut, with Northeast Utilities possibly about to get a big chunk of money with the help of the DEP by bringing in hydro power from Quebec, Canada. And what Dan Esty has to do with it is that the DEP was very much pushing forward a bill that is now before the legislature that would have allowed hydroelectric to be redefined as a Class 1 form of clean energy in the state of Connecticut. And that would have been a game changer, a terrible idea, because what it would do is basically kill the clean energy industry, which is here locally in Connecticut. Now, their big claim is that it would lower prices for people in Connecticut. But there's no proof that that necessarily would be true, because once they start providing the energy and also the huge costs of creating the new transmission lines that would have to run all the way from Canada through New England to get to Connecticut, there's no proof that the costs would actually go down all that much. That, as opposed to investing locally in Connecticut in real clean energy, which is what we are saying we should be doing, because clean energy in Connecticut would mean a reliable source of energy that is produced right here in our backyard, creating thousands of new jobs, producing no CO2 comparable to the other forms of energy, and saving the state hundreds of millions of dollars in the costs of creating new transmission lines and destroying all the woodlands that would have to be carved out in order to build the transmission lines. And the other part down here, I also talk about $2 billion for gas, and I talk about selling out our standard option. The $2 billion for gas refers to the energy plan that came out of the DEEP and out of the governor's office that would basically underwrite and subsidize our gas distribution industry in the state to the tune of $2 billion to build new mains in different parts of the state. So here again, we're talking about picking winners, allowing the gas companies to get a big, huge $2 billion windfall, while at the same time not subsidizing solar power or wind power in the state.